It's a brother.
And a sister.
It's a brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister. Yo, brother. Yo, sister.
Yo, brother.
La 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 la.
Nah.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up with you?
I'm good. I'm nice. I'm chilling. I was this week has been an interesting week, and it's only Wednesday. The week isn't even close to finish.
Here, you cannot start hualena before untumedisa.
No.
It's culture. Ntumedise pele le batho ba dumedise before you even say anything.
But I did.
When?
I said you good. And then you said la 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 like that. So I thought that was your yes. We can rewind.
But hang on. So you good is dumelang.
What is it?
I don't know. It's
Do you want Dumelang specifically?
preferably o thobela o sanbonani o molweni.
Huagwan? Yunga? Fere?
Are these things you would say to your grandmother?
Awes? Yeah. I say
Ah,
awes to Granny all the time.
that's why.
And she always says, hey? And then I keep it moving.
That is why you are the way you. Why are you the way you are? This is why you are the way you are. Hello, my brother.
Hello, my sister. Huagwan.
Welcome, everybody. This is a brother and a sister podcast. And I am the sister,
And I am the brother.
and I am the elder,
And I am the younger.
and I am the dreamer.
And I am the realist. Ooh.
You are a little bit, no?
And I don't-
Not really. We're both dreamers.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I am the lazier.
Nah, yo, dude. You were spanning at 4 years old.
Yeah, that's why
I'm still trying to
I've worked it all out.
I'm still trying to decide if I want to span at 23, you know. So
Yeah.
no, you are definitely not the lazier.
But I love him more than he loves me.
And that we can agree with. Now, in terms of today's topics, definitely we love each other.
Okay, I'm gonna open up my TikTok.
How's your week been?
Fine, actually. Like, oh, I got stuck in the mud. I got stuck in the mud
Hmm.
at the golf course. So we're off to the golf course because the golf course has one of the nicest car washes.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure why my child knows where this car wash is, but it was his decision, right?
Mhm.
So they won like something like 6-1 or 7-1 in their soccer game. So I was like, anywhere you want to go, he
Okay.
chooses this car wash. I'm
Mhm.
like, sharp bet. So off we go. And then to get in the car wash is a bit of a rigmarole to get into like the restaurant because we wanted to have our boerewors rolls while we were driving through the car wash, blah, 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 blah.
Got you.
So I got off the beaten path and I got into like muddy zone.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, no, but I'm sure if I can just go quickly with my car, I'll be able to make it. I was stuck in the mud, like this deep. My tires were in the mud. And you know, every time you try to accelerate, you're digging yourself deeper. So we
Deeper.
were digging ourselves deeper and deeper and none deeper.
Oh God, no
So
doctor.
luckily, you know, my insurance was able to come through and they sent Bongani, who was the sweetest, loveliest guy on 10 toes.
Did they dig you out?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You've seen my car.
No, but I mean, not like how. What was the method of getting the car out?
So he brought a flatbed.
Oh, okay.
So with a flatbed, apparently there's lots of different things that you can do.
Mhm.
He got into my boot and he found a certain screw. He scroofed in the screw. And then on the back of the flatbed, there's a cable.
Mhm.
So he attached the cable to whatever that little thing was on the front of the car. And then he tried moving the car, thinking simply we would just move.
Uh-huh.
I just needed to be pulled. But my car said, no, sir, you need to elevate me and then pull me. So then he had to get his flatbed dug under the car. And then we eventually were on the flatbed. It was an adventure. And then eventually we were on the flatbed and he pulled us out into safety.
Okay.
And he kept saying, yeah, you think you're a 4x4. Yeah, you think you're a 4x4. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it because you're going to save our lives. But if there was no life to be saved, I would have many things to say back to him. So I'm very, very grateful to him. And that was the excitement of my weekend.
Okay. Okay.
And
sure.
you?
This weekend, I got concussed. At a point, I was playing basketball. Everyone decided to hit my head. One dude elbowed me on the forehead, and I just fell on the ground. Yo, I just was like, I was dizzy. I thought I was going blind in the one eye for a brief period of time, and then
Your eyes were blurry as well.
yeah,
Were they?
everything was just like, I was like, if I'm gonna die on the court, I'm proud I went out like this. Like, but I just keep thinking there's so many things I still gotta do.
See?
You know, my ego just wanted it. It wouldn't let me die. So I immediately got back up and I played for like another
You carried on playing.
like 3 games. Dizzy. You're dizzy. And everyone keep shouting at me on stuff. I will say I am extremely precise with my wording.
Why?
I am sassy as hell when I'm concussed. Because everyone was saying, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, everything you're not doing, jackass. Like, I was rude on the court. Like, I wasn't moving as I was supposed to, but then my mouth was a mile a minute, man. Like, if you
Did anyone say to you, bro, maybe you're concussed? Like, are you okay? Do you want to check your head?
you
Or
know,
bros don't move that way.
No, we do. They did. No, you know what? Even as soon as that elbow happened, everyone like made me go sit on bench. They made sure they gave me water. They checked on me. They were like, "Are you okay? What's happening?" Just so happens that I'm one of the best players on the court. So like, no,
He really is.
no, I'm not. I'm actually
Anything you say, I'm gonna hype you up. You know that.
I realized I've just been playing against people that are a lot worse than me.
Really?
So it's been helping my ego. But like, yo, I played against like some college kids as well. And one of the dudes just kept trying to dunk on me, which was very irritating because, like I said, I was concussed. And now this guy's trying to jump on me and like he keeps slamming his body into my head. And I'm like, bro, it's not gonna happen. But you are gonna piss me off
Yeah.
enough for me to like the next time you try, I'll punch you midair. Cause it's hurting. Like, what you doing hurts. Stop. Just stop.
And even saying to him, just stop, it hurts.
It was like
You can't say that, or he wouldn't listen.
you know what, that it's one of those things where it's like if you can't handle the game, don't play on the court. It's just like, you know what, you know what, I have a loving mother, and clearly you people, animals, just
That is not the number one reason I didn't play sport. I was like, one chapa with a hockey stick. This seems dumb.
I don't know why hockey always made me laugh. Hockey,
Like,
because the thing is, for me, hockey, I think it was also funny because like I could never see the ball.
the ball is hard, so if it hits you, you're dead. The hockey sticks are hard, so if they hit you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing redeeming about hockey. My bad to all those who are hockey players, and even those who are, the hockey team, South Africa.
Yo,
Yeah, they are like representing us around the world.
apparently, like we're doing really well with a lot of our sports. I saw a TikTok recently that's like, so we recently won World's Strongest Man. We're doing well in our karate. No, our taekwondo or tai chi or one of those one of them. And then
Taibo.
yeah, and then we're doing really well swimming. Our what's it, Paralympics? Some of our
Yes,
Paralympic
yes.
sports we're doing very well in
In
that.
tennis, especially. Yeah, I think so.
We're doing well. Obviously, Dricus is the UFC champion of the world in terms of the middleweight division. Rugby is amazing.
Yeah.
Bafana might even qualify for go to the World Cup. Banyana is like the top of their league. And,
Yeah.
like,
And our under 20s, the soccer players
yes.
are doing so well. I think they won the under 20 cup.
Yeah, and then the why am I forgetting things? Why am I forgetting things?
Okay, do charades, I'll guess.
No, it literally just hit me. And
Is
now
it a
it's-
ball? Is it running? Does it have a stick?
Yes, it's running. It's running.
Running.
So the guy that's like the
Oh,
Queen of the
that
Camp-
matriculant.
yeah, he's breaking all the records.
He's so funny to
Our
me.
running is doing really well. Why
He
is he so funny?
He finished matric last year, but he's so much a Gen Z. So he's like, oh, I was dwelling. I was just
So that-
well.
Nobody's faster than me. my
Nobody's faster
dogs.
than me,
You smell
dogs.
it. You smell me, dog.
What's it like back there? He's so funny.
Word.
But very, very talented, so he deserves it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
dope. And it's like the level of backbone our athletics, our sports are holding us right now. Like you'd almost think that we have a good government. You'd almost think that. Because then when you talk to a lot of these people and it's like when the sponsorships come, where are the anything. All of these things are just self-funded, the rugby, the soccer,
Our Minister of Education, I thought it was Sports, Arts and Culture. That's why I was bringing the thing in. But
Mhm.
our Minister of Education, because you brought about
Sports.
no government.
Mm.
So she was being asked, this is a while ago now, but she was being asked about the people that she put on the list to be in control of certain elements of the government.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were cadres, a lot of them was a friend of a friend, a lot of them was my cousin's child, a lot of them were like, no.
Mm.
So they're going into that and asking her the questions. So the first guy they asked questions to, assistant to, it doesn't know, wasn't there, can't understand, won't answer, nobody, nothing, never. Okay. And then others get asked, and then she eventually gets asked. I don't know if she was chewing haba baba, or if she just had chippies, or if she was eating liguenya, but she was okay.
Mhm.
And I think the question they asked her was, what's the definition of competence to you? And she goes, go look in the Google. It's the same one as in a Google or encyclopedia. I don't know how she said encyclopedia. And you know me, I never, ever, 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 ever talk about Black people who can't speak English properly, right? Because invariably, they can speak 12 other languages than we can speak, right? So I will never do that. But that moment, higher education, what is competence? What must you do? You must Google, and it's the same one as the encyclopedia. Yeah.
It's
I just
Googleable.
thought, where are we going with higher education?
It's Googleable.
Where are we going? Where
Well,
are we going?
You know what I would love? You should share that story that happened. Was it this week or last week? With when you were talking to Minister of or spokesperson of Education, and they what did they say, dude? Because when you came home and told me that story, I was just like, damn.
So we were talking, what was the actual topic? It was about a certain province. Was it about this province? Using 500 million for 5 years for, was it this topic? No, for that topic I spoke about that to the actual minister. I don't know what I was speaking about, basically. I can't remember.
Mhm.
But there were two guests on the line.
Mhm.
Well, it was the no fee paying schools
Yeah.
having to now pay their own municipal fees.
Uh-huh.
So lights, water, garbage, pick it up, the whole thing. And also they've been left with the fees in arrears. So anything that hasn't been paid for the last 3 months is
That's
now
pretty-
on them, right?
Okay.
So the DA guys are making noise about it. So we have a DA guy and we have the spokesperson for education in South Africa. You know who you are. You know who he is. So he comes, so he now says he's not coming on the line with this DA guy because he doesn't want to get into a debate.
Yes.
Okay. So now we keep him on hold, but he'll listen and he'll make his comment afterwards. So the DA guy tells us, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. Now you can't just believe one side. You've got to interrogate it from the other side as
Yeah.
well. So then we say goodbye to that guy, Sergio, and we say, okay, Steve, so Sergio's question was XYZ. And Steve says, Sergio came here to lie. He's a liar and he came here to besmirch on. I said, whoa,
Brother.
motherfucker, calm down.
Shut up. Shut up.
Because you could have been on air dissecting this issue with your opponent. You're both in the GNU, so
Yeah.
you shouldn't be opponents, but
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You could be debating this issue, and also you could be defending yourself for whatever Sergio was incorrectly saying, according to you. But now it just sounds like you and me are gossiping about Sergio,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to allow that.
How does that
So
work?
question number 2. Question number 3, and he's telling me all of these different things that are the complete opposite to what Sergio
Sergio
says.
says.
So now at least everybody has both opinions. You can figure out what's what, right?
Okay.
Then he says something to the effect of, because there's an amount of allocation that's given to each no-fee paying school.
Mm-hmm.
And that allocation now is something like 25% of the allocation is now given to the school because they needed to pay the municipal thing, right?
Mm.
With the other money. So I say to him, so you're saying to me that the schools who are already suffering, who are already at the most desperate space for education, need to just function on 25% of the 100 because you guys decided that they must pay the municipality. And you didn't go, it seems like the right process wasn't gone through because you're supposed to send a letter and then the SGB discusses it and then they send a letter back. So it wasn't going right.
Mm.
And then I don't know how we came to it, but eventually I said to him, so they must survive on this 25%. And he said, yeah, we send them books. So everything's fine in those schools. So I said, hang on. Are you saying, what are you saying about the state of South African schools? And he says, the state of South African schools are perfect. So I said, let me get this straight from you, spokesperson of the Gauteng Department of Education, Steve Mabona. In your view, what is the state of schools in Gauteng? And he goes, perfect. So we put him back onto hold and he starts yelling at my producer. I hate the way that your presenter asks questions. I hate that I had to be answerable for certain things. I'm never coming on this show again. Now, let me remind you, about a year and a half ago, the same man and I were talking about a different conversation, but I asked him the questions the way I always ask the questions. Straight to the point, give me an answer. If you're lying to me, I'm going to say, it sounds like you're lying to me. And I'm going to also let my callers interact with him. And he got off that time and said, I hate the way your presenter asks me questions. I'm never coming on your show. So now you are back on my show. So even that was a lie.
Yeah.
But anyway, there we go. According to the DBE, the state of South African schools is perfect. Children sharing tables.
Sponsored by Betway bags.
I mean, McDonald's
McDonald's
desks that you have to carry
desks.
on your back.
Yes.
Perfect, he says. Perfect.
You know, like
Not even we're working on it. No.
It can't get much better than this.
Can't get better than this.
Can't get better than
This
this.
is the label.
I don't know how, like I haven't been in high school for a very long time.
Not okay.
Okay, not as long as you.
I was gonna say that, but then I thought I always say that, and I apologize.
Good man. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes. Humble. I haven't been in school for like I think almost like as long as I've been in high school.
It
you
goes
know?
fast, eh?
Yeah, crazy. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, going back to the basketball thing I was talking about. The culture of basketball is getting bigger and bigger in South Africa, meaning there's going to be a lot more kids wanting to pursue basketball at school, you know? And I wonder if the facilities and the actual, like, the are schools capable of even doing that? Because I remember when I was in high school, our turnaround ratio for coaches, every other term we're getting a new coach.
Seriously.
Yo, we were just getting new coach. We had one coach for one whole year.
Young guys.
Yeah, young guys, 28, 20, whatever. Like my age now.
Yeah,
Those are the people that
yeah.
were coaching. Why don't you say yeah?
Because I'm cool.
Okay.
Doggy.
Okay, so so I just remember like there was points where we were pretty much coaching ourselves. You know, we didn't have like coaches. The teachers they didn't want to come through, but you're not allowed to go on the court without a teacher. And then it was like, so we don't get time to practice. Like, obviously the field is open 24/7 for soccer. So the soccer boys can get better and practice during breaks and stuff. And I just keep thinking, like, hearing the teachers or the coaches and stuff, whenever you have an idea for making basketball better at the school. And I just remember always just hearing, we don't have the budget. We don't have the budget. We don't have the budget.
And
Keep in
you
mind,
went to
one of the top government schools
yes.
in Gauteng. So it was one of those things that's like, how don't you have
Joe, the Department of Education in Gauteng said the schools are perfect.
we used to have to literally we got shouted at about this as well. They were like, the basketball team, please stop asking coaches for their number, like other coaches for their numbers. And then it was like, but how are we gonna arrange games with them? Because the school's not arranging games for us. So we were actually coaching ourselves. People were deciding how much time each of us are gonna get to. Like we were coaching ourselves at points. We were going on.
So
weekends.
someone may say that's not like the basics, right?
No,
the
not at
basics is books, passing,
1000%.
academics, whatever.
Mm.
But then we also, and I know this because I talk about it every Thursday, and we do some deep research into how good sport is for young people.
Mm.
So now we're having more and more nyaupe, thieving,
Mhm.
smoking that hubly. Like we have a lot more. That's the culture, right?
Mhm.
Whereas in school, the culture is, are you first team this? Did you qualify for that? And it's about sport outside of school. So you do your work and academics, which of course you've got to do, but then the world of sport teaches you this whole other way of leadership, how to be a gracious winner, how to be a gracious loser, seeing your place in a game, understanding that in life there will always be an A team, a B team, and a C team. And that teaches you something about life.
Yeah.
South African schools.
Yeah, no,
I feel for us. I really feel for us.
Yeah, I'm complaining about like a very privileged thing, but I'm trying to comprehend it because I'm just thinking my school was one of the better schools.
Yes.
And they were like on the ground level, the
Yes.
students were able to see now there's a problem.
Yeah.
here. Financially, there's big problems.
I guess that's the point I'm making. No
Mhm.
matter what the complaint is, there is no way that the Department of Gauteng Education schools are perfect.
At all.
Like, perfect.
Perfect. Right, man.
Go look it up
I love
in the encyclopedia. There was this woman called Faith Mazibuko.
Uh-huh.
and she was eventually taken to the Human Rights Commission. She was the Gauteng MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation, né? And it was recorded in that meeting. I don't think she knew it was recorded. She was telling the people who she had told before what she wanted for the schools, and she wanted combi courts. Now, this was also the first time I ever heard of combi courts. And you can hear her say, I empower you and you are unempowerable. Where are my combi courts? And I think her assistant's name was like Monica or something like that.
Mhm.
You saying what? I want my combi cords. Where are my combi cords? Do the schools have combi cords? I asked you for combi cords and empowered you to get combi cords. Where are my combi cords? And we laughed about it because we're South African. But every school should have at least 2 combi cords.
Is a combi court like a combination of sports
Thank
in
you.
a court?
So it's a court that you can put the
Netball line.
string across so
Uh-huh.
that you can play tennis. It's got the
Basketball hoops.
yes, which
like
can
a
also be used for netball, right?
Yeah.
It's got the markings
Mm.
for soccer as
Mhm.
well. So you can play a combination of school sports
on the court.
on this court.
Gotcha.
So that is a fantastic thing to do.
Combination courts.
Combi courts.
Combi courts.
She was heard saying, your department has an HOD who's in a mlungu.
Oh,
And
no.
what? There's nothing. There's no combi courts. So for years, I've just been thinking about Faith and her combi courts and how we're still not in a position where schools have combi courts.
Do you know who like my favorite politician is right now? Also, I'm biased about it because I know him.
Oh.
Liam Jacobs.
But yes,
the young-
he's young.
He's my age.
He's Democratic Alliance.
DA, yeah.
Yeah.
He
I just saw
actually-
him this week.
Is it
Not personally.
like online?
Yeah.
Like so, I think he was either at the ANC or EFF, and then he moved to DA.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where it was like he's very outspoken. He's very real about keeping people in check and grown-ups in check, which I just love about him. And like he's like that in real life as well.
Oh,
where
is he?
he's so, but he's a goofball. He's very
Is he?
he's playful.
I always
he's
wonder
a vibe.
about guys like that if
Mm.
they're playful if they ever have a break.
No, when he has a break, he can have a break, man. Like he's cool. He's really cool. And the thing that like I love a lot about him is the fact that he's very transparent. Like I'll ask him a question and just be like, bro, why do you think black people are actually ever gonna vote for the DA like that? And it's
Wow.
like, I think about that a lot. Where it's like it's one of those things where I 100% understand why people don't.
Yeah.
And he's honest about those things. He's like, dude, I'm in parliament not because actually, we should just have him on.
We
Like,
should have
we
him
definitely
on.
should have him on.
But I
But he-
understand not
it's-
being in parliament because you think you're going to be the majority, but there has to be somebody to hold
People
the
account-
majority or the people in certain positions to account. That just
Yeah.
has to happen.
And he's been doing such a every time I go on his TikTok. Also, I just love a politician that's like online like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like every other week, I just see him just questioning these people. Like, so where's the funds?
Yes.
What is happening with that money?
But did you see the latest one? I wish I had the actual facts, but these people are coming in to account for XYZ.
Mhm.
And he's saying, okay, so you were flown here. What star is your hotel?
Mhm.
2-star, 3-star? They're staying in 3-star hotels. Okay. And you get an extra 3.5 on top of your salary for each day that you're here. Sharp. And yet you're here and you are not able to present the facts that we have called you here for. Like you're just here. Make it make sense. You are just here.
Mhm.
So we're going to postpone. And next time, we're going to fly you, house you, and pay you 3.5 on the taxpayers' money. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, he literally so he has a series where he just goes around to like it's on his TikTok. He goes on to like abandoned sports ground fields and stuff
and
in
shows.
school. And he's like, and he'll tell the story of the thing. He'll be like, this place used to it was one of the sports grounds where the Springboks used to train and they won a championship here and everything. And now it's this disgruntled mess. There's like weeds everywhere. Look, there's a tree growing in the center of the field.
Yeah.
And he'll literally like show these
That thing
things.
makes me sad.
He'll show like swimming pools that are like they're
Derelict.
greener than a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and it's just like, yo, it's he the way how he talks about it, and he's so sarcastic and
He's Gen Z
snarky, and
about
I
it.
love it, dude. Like he's
Or
real.
young millennial.
He's real about it, and it made me think about that Ibrahim Traore quote this week, where he was saying, "It is a privilege to run a country, not a business. What did he say? I literally screenshot it. He's like, it's a privilege to run a country, not a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, leading a country is a privilege, not a business opportunity. And I just like when I saw that, I was like, nah. Whew. There's some people that are in office that actually are doing the right things, and
Yeah.
I really hope they don't get assassinated for it, because
Yeah, we've
damn.
seen that before too.
yo, we've seen that too many times to count. Um,
That was
speak-
the political segment
that
of our
was
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
very-
Everything from now on, I think, is going to be on a slippery slope.
I guess this other thing is also kind of political,
Okay.
where France was just going crazy in terms of their strikes and well, it wasn't even strikes. They won. They won.
PSG won.
Yeah, I forget which cup it was. I don't know if
And-
it was Champions League or let me see.
But PSG's been teka-teka-ring for a little while.
yeah.
After we watched that young now I'm gonna forget his name. So he entered the team and he was everybody's favorite,
Mbappe.
Mbappe
UEFA
from
Champions.
Barcelona, no?
UEFA Champions League, yeah.
And then he joined PSG.
Yeah.
And then PSG was just like brong, 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 brong,
They were so
offside,
sad. Yeah, they were so sad.
offside, offside, offside.
Then he
How many
left.
offsides?
Too many.
And now they've won.
And then he left to Real Madrid, and then they started winning.
Wasn't that the other way around?
No. He was in PSG for a hot minute.
Oh, and then he left.
to Real Madrid, and
I-
now they won.
I
so he was the problem.
swapped it around,
Uh.
and that therefore means he was the problem.
Of course.
Despicable.
I actually love Mbappe. Like Mbappe is one of my favorite players.
Despicable.
And I
Mbappe.
wasn't paying attention to him until like the World Cup, where he was the one that like scored a hat trick against Messi.
Mbappe's
and
really good. I don't know. Maybe there was no chemistry at PSG.
probably it's one of those things like if you build your team around one player
Yeah.
and that player doesn't show up that day,
Yeah.
it's like, ish, dude. It happens with LeBron at the Lakers. It happens with
I'd just like to mention, I don't think it ever happened with Ronaldo.
no. I think it's happening currently with Ronaldo.
But
It
you know
happened
he's
with-
playing
when
there
they-
just for money now.
When they put him in Man United.
Sorry, those are all the facts I have. That I cannot delve deeper into this. I don't know what year. I don't know what you're gonna say.
No.
I'm afraid, actually.
I also like I'm terrible with like sports and stuff,
Yeah.
but I know I just like Man United. As
Okay.
sad as it is, you guys can laugh at me online, sharp. Just be respectful. I'm still grieving. But the fact of the matter is when Ronaldo was in Man United, you can see from a mile away this is not working. This is like it feels like a marketing move. If
Was
more so
David
than-
still there? Or David had long left?
David who?
Be-
David Beckham. David long. I'm talking about things that happened like 2-3 years ago. You saying David Beckham?
Yeah.
Anyway, so PSG went crazy and like they won,
Yeah.
and the celebrations nearly destroyed the whole of France.
Yeah.
Like it looked like they had a shortage of snails because the way they were pulling, Viva la France!
Not
Viva la
snail.
croissant!
Yeah.
Viva la PSG! Like, it was
They
insane.
went nuts. Wasn't there a guy who drove his car into people who were celebrating?
I would not like say that didn't happen. Like, everything had the way there was video clips of it. Do you remember in Minneapolis when George Floyd passed away, and then there were all those videos of like the entire city just looking like hell.
Yeah.
Like everything was on fire and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how PSG was looking after you not PSG. That's how France was looking after
Yeah.
PSG won. Everything was on fire. I think one or two people died. Almost 600 people got arrested. Many people got injured. It was just insane. And I'm not gonna lie, a small part of me wish I was there.
Of course.
It just looks like, you know, when like your team wins and the celebrations just go crazy.
Of course, it's like a mosh pit.
Yo,
Of course, that
insane.
energy is wild.
It's really sad because it's like the same thing where like people talk about Woodstock 99
Sure.
and all the terrible things that happened at Woodstock, and they didn't have water and it was a catastrophe.
And Gangnani.
But a small little part of you, even in the documentary, the people that like got trampled on and were hurt and like you can see they're bleeding, and it's like I don't regret coming. I wish. And then you hear the same things with Astro World. People
Sure.
died, but then the people that
Yeah,
did
but
not.
people died at
People
Astroworld.
died at Woodstock.
And people died at the celebration.
And people died at this celebration. And there's still other people that are like, if that could all happen again, I hope it doesn't, but I hope I'm there if it does.
But this is why I have JOMO.
Jomo.
Yeah.
Like FOMO for Joburg. Jesus. FOMO for Jesus.
Wait. Joy of missing out.
Oh. Jomo, joy of missing. Yeah, okay. Took me a minute, but yeah, okay, we got there.
We were yappers in school, weren't we? We were like at
Yeah,
the
me.
back of the class yapping.
Nah,
What
nah.
were you like?
I was share a desk with the teacher you're not allowed to be there. Or
You had to share a desk with a teacher.
share a desk with the teacher or go into the corridor. The corridor. Like they'll move my desk outside into the corridor
Because of talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and that's fair. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the smartest kid in the class or the dumbest kid in the class, you're gonna want to yap with me at some point.
Okay, that as long as it's about yapping, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to share a desk with a
No,
teacher.
dude, I
I'm
had
gonna
to.
buy you a milkshake after this because that feels like extreme trauma.
No, it was annoying.
That's
but it was
wild.
fair. To the point where like there was times where like, because my desk was so close to the board at all times, like the teacher would just ask, "Hey, just write there quickly." And it's like we're sharing a lesson. It's like, okay, cool.
I'm finished. I'm absolutely finished.
Just what it is.
In terms of the celebrations of soccer, we've had really big disasters in terms of celebration. There was the Ellis Park Stadium disaster,
Oh.
and essentially it was a crowd rush at the Ellis Park Stadium because of a Soweto derby between, obviously, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates.
Yes, sir.
It was about 60,000 capacity crowd, but about 30,000 more fans were trying to gain entry. So it's already full, but more people are trying
90,000
to get
people are
in.
trying to get in.
Reports suggest that 120,000 fans were admitted into the stadium.
No way.
And then
that's nearly double. Because
yeah.
you said 60,000.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Yo.
60,000 capacity, yes. So that's nearly double, right? People trying to get into this. I'm not sure why they're playing this at Ellis Park. Ellis Park is tiny
Yeah.
compared to
FNB.
yeah.
But
the
it was
Calabash.
FNB built at that time.
Yes, but we didn't call it. Yes.
What year was this?
Many years ago, 2001.
Why was FNB built?
It was always there, but I don't think it was upgraded to the level of
Hugeness.
the level of what the World Cup needed.
Oh,
It was
cool.
always there. Soweto Stadium, it was always there. FNB,
Mhm.
it was always there. But maybe it wasn't as like lush. And then they're playing. Orlando Pirates, pa! They score an equalizer. People in the fan are like in the audience are fans, and they're like, not on my watch. Not on my watch, thank you very much. And then there was a stampede. And approximately
That's insane.
43 people died. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a classroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which it shouldn't be, but South African schools are perfect, right? So yeah, it's very, very dangerous. I would love to go watch soccer. I haven't yet gone to watch soccer,
Mm,
but I've been to the rugby a few times,
mm,
and it's just so much fun.
yeah.
But yeah, just please be very careful wherever you are.
Just by the way, just for context, if 120,000 people, that's still way bigger than the capacity at FNB.
Now or then.
Now, FNB current capacity is
Oh, it's 90, yes.
94,700.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
And that's probably after they upgraded it for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because all the stadia have to be a certain way for the
Yeah.
World Cup.
Mm.
So yeah, that's wild. It's very, very sad. Jomo,
Jomo for
that's
real.
me. Joy,
That's also why
happiness, homo.
kind of it's Pride Month. Slay.
Yeah, I asked a question when
Which-
we first started. I said, "Let me open my TikTok,"
Why?
because you were there with me in my bedroom when I asked this question. We were talking about winter people and summer people.
Mhm.
Immediately, my voice is telling you what kind of people I am. I don't know what to wear in winter. There are so like, how do you still be
Fabulous.
hot?
Mm.
Like, unless you just have great coats, you know?
Yeah,
Because then you can wear anything, but then you slap on a coat and fabulous.
it still works.
Right. I'm cold 90% of at all times. I'm wearing socks right now. First of all, say hello to my feelers from 1992. Thank you very much. These socks are those socks that your grandmother wears.
Too cozy.
I don't know if you can see them.
Oh,
They're
you
the
too
socks
cozy.
your grandmother wears.
You
no?
woke up asleep this morning.
Just wait.
Too cozy.
Then I have stockings on.
Sheesh.
Can you see this, Dylan? Then I've got stockings on.
So freaking cozy.
Then, and also, don't you like the color of these stockings? It's so
Mhm.
cool. And then my pants on top, right? So I said, no, you said, you can't say it here, but you said, anybody who's a winter person, and then you said something very derogatory.
What did I say? It's crazy. It's wild.
I can't remember.
It's
But I
wild.
remember going, oh, and then high fiving you because I agree.
Yeah, I know.
So I went on TikTok and I said, hey, friends, are you a winter person? Are you a summer person? And why?
Mhm.
Lollipop says, I'm a summer person, friend.
Mhm.
Winter depresses me. Vernie Mac.
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker. I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
Summer all day. I
Mhm.
hate the winter.
Mhm.
Tiragalo. Oh, tiragalo.
Tirajalo.
Tiragalo. Something that happened, a miracle, an occurrence. Not the first nonsense that I said. I apologize, tiragalo. I like winter because I get to wear comfortable clothes. I deal with fewer bugs. And I enjoy winter food and sleep better.
Mhm.
Lower humidity. Winter, long nights. Winter, the outfits. Winter, it's not hot. Yes. So most people
I sing winter.
are winter people. The summer people are mostly saying the issue is it's depressing.
Yeah.
Winter is depressing.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's like,
You know what I realized?
Mm.
All my extremely depressing friends love winter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it fits your aesthetic perfectly.
Yeah.
It's as morbid as you are. And it's just like, it's tiring. My fingers are always cold. I'm always scared I'm gonna get sick. I have to have like 3 jackets also just in the car
In the
as well,
car,
because I never know.
where you're going, where you're gonna end up.
Also, South African winter is the most Diermaka thing ever, because like you'll go outside and it looks sunny, the sun is out, it's
Yeah.
hot, but then it's windy also, and then it's like everyone looks so confused because everyone's at a breakfast table. And this one's wearing 3 coats, this one's wearing shorts, and this one is wearing a vest, and this one's wearing a hoodie, and it's like,
Yeah.
what is going on? You can't.
Also,
Mm.
literally, when you walk in the shade, you are freezing. Then you can walk in the sun.
Sun.
Not even same day, same minute.
Sweating,
You walk in the sun, sweaty.
sweating,
What do you want from us?
perspiration too.
What is
It's
this?
too much.
And I know, okay, cycle of life, things need to drop off the trees, plant, replant, da 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 da.
Simba.
There needs to be AI for that crap because I can't. With
you
winter.
want to AI Mother Nature?
Listen, AI anything. I can't be so cold all the time.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
Ms.
Yeah, no, I'm 1000% a spring baby.
Hmm.
It's also for me. It's just easier to coordinate a fit. You know,
Maybe that's the main issue I'm
And
having.
that's the thing. That is like, I want to be able to know the fit that I left the house with. I can keep that ish on the whole day
Yeah.
and not have to change or have to figure something out.
Yeah.
This is my fit. Oh my days.
I'm with you. So now you have to layer
Got a layer.
and layer in a way that it makes sense for when you take off the last layer.
Yeah.
So so if I take this layer off, I've got my jean to jean. It makes sense.
Mm.
If I take this layer off, then I've got like whatever this is with the jeans. It makes sense. When am I ever going to take off this layer?
So essentially, you have 3 fits on.
I don't even know when I'm going to take on this layer. And I've got a blanket in the car.
Because you never know.
You never know.
Always got to keep the picnic blankets in the back because you never know.
And
That's a line in the Tyler the Creator song.
oh, is it?
Keep the picnic
And,
blankets in the back because you never know.
What do you call those chairs?
The camp chairs.
Yeah, I've always got camp chairs as well.
Because you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, no.
I'm so glad we're both winter people.
Ish.
I don't know what would we do.
Summer people. I really.
Oh
wish-
yeah, we are summer people.
Yeah.
Do you see what winter also does?
Confused? Don't know.
And we used to write exams in winter.
I think that was the worst part because we are in a hall.
That was the
hall was
ploy.
freezing. I think about like sometimes, not very often, like almost never.
Rarely.
I sometimes think about how fun school was. Like oh, that was cool. And then immediately I just think of an exam. And then I'm like, I'm so glad I'm nowhere near a school.
Yeah.
Like, oh my days.
I loved varsity. Because of what I was studying, it was actually a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Studying music. We had one course called contemporary music history. I'm still friends with my lecturer. That's why I know if he sees this, he's gonna swear at me, which is fine.
Contemporary music history.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is contemporary music?
Mm.
Tina Turner, Whitney Houston,
Is it?
George Michael.
Is it?
That was our course material, friend.
Wow.
We weren't learning about Mozart.
That's so fire.
We weren't learning about Beethoven.
So if I did contemporary music history now, it would probably be about Beyonce, Rihanna, and Eminem.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'd learn where they were born, where they grew up, the
Yeah.
first television shows, how they try to hustle, how they did it,
For real.
That was what we did.
So it's literally what we do here, where we just complain about who deserves the Grammy or not.
There we go. And then we'd have to learn that and write a test about it. So that was the history.
Interessante.
And then we had to learn, obviously, the lyrics to songs.
Yeah.
And we had to, with either an accompaniment or ourselves, we'd learn how to create the songs so that we could perform. So we'd have performance day,
Mhm.
and then we'd get a score for how we performed.
Yeah.
And then that's obviously vocal, your stage presence. Do you dance? You do not dance? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then we got into producing our own music as
Mhm.
well. So we'd have to get into that. But then at the same time, you'd learn things like improv.
Yeah.
So, like, if you listen to some of your favorite songs, the singer will always have the same kind of lick or thing that they do. If you listen very carefully, there's some singers who kind of do the same
Riff.
hey, 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 the whole time. Any song, hey, 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 higher song, hey, hey, hey. That's what they do, right? So
Yeah.
we'd have to like learn those and see which ones do we like and make sure when we put songs on, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We are being creative and doing all sorts of things. Music was the funnest thing I've ever studied in my life. It was so much fun, but also exams.
Yeah.
They're cold.
Why would you go back to study now if you could?
Because after that, I studied politics, economics, and no, I didn't actually. I studied communications.
Because you don't know
And
how to talk.
huh?
You don't know how to talk.
Pardon? And that's why I lasted there for 6 months
Because of the communications.
at the university. 6 months. I was just like, I can't. And also a lecture that starts at 8.
I'm out of here.
But I was also like in a funky spirit, if you know what I mean. I was partying. Like things were delicious.
Uh-huh.
And then I studied politics, economics, and philosophy through UNISA. I got through 2 years of that. And then I don't even know why I stopped. I think maybe I got a big project and I had to work. So there was always that challenge. But I think maybe I'd go back and finish that,
Okay.
the PPE.
PP.
Yeah.
The
It was a fun one. It was very interesting.
got you. I think about it now and I keep thinking like I don't think I would go back to study anything creative. Like if I went to go study, I'd probably study philosophy
Oh, yeah.
or politics. But
Yeah.
I'm
Or
leaning,
anthropology. I think you'd love that as well.
which one is anthropology?
Like anthropology is almost like the history of humankind and man and how societies get put together.
Like why we like this?
Yeah. Why are you like this?
Uh,
Something like that. I think you'd really enjoy
Mm.
because I've never ever looked at a history book
Mm.
until meeting you
mm.
in the last few years.
Yeah, philosophy, the only like the anthropology philosophy, it's just like it depends. What's your favorite question to ask? So if your favorite question is what,
Yeah.
then don't do philosophy. But if it's
Okay.
why,
Yeah.
then it's like that works.
My
'Cause-
favorite question is how much is this going to cost me? Or how much are you paying me for this?
Economics,
So, well, you'd think so.
accounting, business.
Maybe business, but also AI. No, I believe in AI.
I studied ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'd
fool.
rather do that.
It's difficult now because when I look at a lot of things, I just like I think about like if I went back to university to study something for money, IT,
Of course.
just IT, coding, yeah, coding and AI,
AI.
yeah, like those are the only things that I could possibly see still really needing people and like studying, like understanding.
There was a Scandinavian country that tried to use AI for their journalists on air.
They like everything is just going to the dogs, man. You know, it's interesting. Someone was talking again. This is a philosophy thing. It's like we created machines to make life easier for us so that we can focus on creativity and enjoyment. But now, and that's what it was intended for.
Correct.
But now, instead, what we've done is we've now created modern technology, AI, all of these machinery to do the creative stuff for us so that we can focus on the mundane and depressing thing.
It should be the other way around.
you know, and it's like,
I believe in it so much. I love tech. I love tech so much. Book me to come talk with you for tech on a tech podcast.
Mm.
I love, 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 love tech.
Yeah.
If I could be plugged in at night
Mm.
and a download of whatever I need to know for the next day, and I don't have to eat, I don't have to sleep, I'm just plugged in.
oh, that would
Like-
terrify me.
Oh, I would love that so much. You just put in your and then you just stand there.
No, that would terrify me. For a couple of reasons. Like, first reason is because already now my phone is on 15%. So like me and charging, generally I have
This man's phone is constantly on 1%.
so
I'm not even joking. 1 to 3%.
wait, but it lost.
And then he still carries on pressing texts, doing things, editing videos, 1 to 3%.
hey man,
And then halfway through the edit, he'll be like, oh, damn. I'm like, what's wrong? My phone died.
Yeah.
You never expected it?
but it's one of those things where like I don't want to be in Braamfontein with 3%. Like my phone being on 3%, that's one thing. Me, Khabani, being on 3%, I'd be terrified.
I think it's because I'm a little bit more organized. I'm
Mm.
still on 71%.
But that's one of my reasons. And then the other reason is just in terms of downloads and stuff. It's like imagine getting a corrupted file.
correct.
In you.
Correct.
You know, now you
There's
have
always the ethical.
yeah, like
they're
if-
gonna
if someone-
brainwash you.
Yeah, if someone wants to import
Yeah.
a weird file inside of you, now you just
There's
Yeah,
always that part to think about.
yeah.
But if people were all, as they say, and upfront and good,
Hmm. They sent you the pedophile. Get it? Because it's like a file.
like a PDF.
Yeah. But they gave you the file of pedo. Like it's a pun. It's a play on words.
In which way? Which words?
The file.
Yeah.
Like like a hard drive file.
Yeah, sure.
And then the pedophile, where it's like the guys that the kitty touches. You're not seeing what you're not picking up what
I understand it completely. I
Okay.
just don't understand the humor.
okay. That's fair. I'll just keep him in my bad. Yeah. I liked it. And I heard Dylan was giggling a little outside, so it's okay. It's okay. What else should we talk about?
No, I think we should end.
We're gonna end on my pedophile joke?
Yes, yes.
Damn.
And I think that should be the promo, and you must only put your name on it. And you can call this podcast a brother only.
You know, I'm thinking about not thinking about that. I still want to continue the show, but I was thinking of
See, even the ancestors are saying, "What was that joke?"
I was thinking of and maybe I'm just gonna hold us a little bit more accountable through the media as well. But I was thinking the other days I was seeing you do TikTok lives, and I was thinking you should have like on the same program, but just like your own solo thing as well, where you just talk, put out new information, just ideas that you want to talk about and whatever share. Because what you were doing on that TikTok, it looked like a radio show, low key, and I was just thinking you should do that on the platform. And then on my side, I don't know. I just feel like there's a place where my pedophile jokes will be appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a brother and sister. I'm the brother, and
Twice in one.
in the same minute, actually. And that was the sister. She's very disappointed in me, and I'm very proud of her. And
For being disappointed in you.
for keeping me accountable. Some people don't have that.
Do you know that I could be hands off and just be like, "Nah, do what you want to do."
Yeah, but like, where's the fun in that?
For who? It's less mental load for me.
But you do it so naturally. It
I
seems
don't
like
have
you.
to.
I feel like you would.
Are you
feel-
going into like anti-feminist jokes now?
No.
Is that the next place you're going to?
no?
That I am caring
I wasn't even.
because it's so natural for women to care.
No, that's how.
All women must be mothers.
No, that's just how you think.
I must cook.
Babi Muloy just said all women should be mothers. That's
And
her
I must
final
cook.
quote. Before we end the show, the last thing Babi Muloy wanted to tell you guys is all women should be mothers.
It's disgusting. I do
don't
not
think that.
believe that.
I believe
100%.
women can do
Make
whatever
your
they
own
want to do.
choice.
And I
And
love people that
all
think
the decisions
and believe that
think
they
out
can
of the box
do what they want to do,
and be
how they wanna
yourself.
do, smell like how they want to
And
smell.
never, ever, ever, ever sit in a box that someone else has made for you.
Don't be a pedophile. This was a
Put-
brother and a sister. Love you guys. How's that bad? Don't be a pedophile. That's you.
I know.
Babi gets upset when people say. My name is Khabani Muloy, and that is my sister.
Look, the fact of the matter is, it's true. I am still his sister. And don't be a bad person in general. Goodbye. Stop talking to me. Don't even look at me.
No, you're not feeling it. But on a scale from 1 to
No,
pedophile.
no.